Hey, thanks, Brandon. Another thing that heat and humidity could cause thunderstorms, and we've seen a fair amount of them today with this hot and humid weather pattern. You get rising parcels of air, they cool, condense, and they form your clouds and they form your rain. And you could really see the rain rolling into Princeton earlier. This was that storm cloud moving in from the west. Neil Rose actually captured this picture. We had these rounds of showers and storms, especially just a few hours ago, and they dumped some rain. This is actually a time lapse from Princeton from today, and everyone's kind of seen this mixed bag of weather. We've seen some sun at times, some clouds at other times, and then these downpours at other times as well. And they've come so hard and fast in some areas that they have caused some high water issues. This is actually in Greenbrier County earlier this evening. Raven Frisbee posted these pictures on social media. This is from White Sulphur again. You can see the streets there flooded. Lots of creeks and streams through Greenbrier County are running very high after we had some very heavy downpours earlier. A flash flood warning is in effect for all of Greenbrier County and northern portions of Summers and Monroe counties as well. The closer you are to I-64, the higher risk you have of seeing some high water tonight. And we do have a flood advisory out for those earlier downpours we saw in the southernmost portions of Summers, Monroe, and Mercer counties. If you're in any of these areas, especially along creeks and streams, we've had a lot of runoff. This is what happens when you go a while without getting significant rain, and then all of a sudden you get all of these downpours. The ground can't absorb that much rain at one time, and it hits the ground and runs off. Literally, it runs off into the creeks and streams, and that's the problem we're having. If you look at our downpours from earlier today, this is how much rain the radar is estimating we had. Look at these blues and purples in here, trying to show 3, 4, 5 inches of rain out of some of these storms earlier today. And it's not only flooding that we were worried about today, and we're going to be worried about the rest of this week in spots, but also some wind damage too. We actually had a tree come down in Ceres earlier, another tree come down near Matoka, and those aren't severe storms we saw. These were sub-severe storms. It only takes 30, 40 mile per hour winds, regular old thunderstorm wind, to bring down a tree when the ground's this wet. And this is the exact same kind of issue I'm worried about the rest of this week. Now the good news is the rest of tonight we're looking okay. Most of this stuff's moving off now. Temperatures for most are going to be mild tonight in the 60s. We're just going to see a lot of clouds hovering. And tomorrow it looks a lot like today. We're going to be sitting in between systems, high pressure to our east, low pressure to our west, the two acting together to kind of steer this warm and humid air in our direction. So as long as that's the case, we're going to have plenty of moisture to work with. Just these on and off rounds of showers and storms in the coming days, really all the way through the end of the work week and into the weekend. The good news is, even though we're kind of worried about some flooding issues, we do need the rain. We're a little behind for this time of year, so we could use a little bit, and we're not really worried about severe weather. There's not really a risk for that right now across our area, but any of these downpours, the rest of tonight or into tomorrow, or tomorrow afternoon, they could definitely cause some flooding issues. So that's the thing we're really keeping an eye on, and make sure you stay weather aware through the end of the work week. So to recap, let's look at that 10-day really quickly. Again, it's a copy and paste forecast, guys. 70s, 80s for highs, 60s for lows, on and off showers and storms. A little bit cooler and drier by early next week. Melinda?
All right, thanks, Catherine.